Hello there. Thank you for taking a moment to watch this video. And on this specific training, we're going to continue talking about custom field mappings between HubSpot and PhoneBurner. This is actually an update video because when I originally recorded the training, you couldn't do a two-way sync between drop-down fields between HubSpot and PhoneBurner. The HubSpot team has been working behind the scenes to continually improve the syncing options between our systems. And so I want to talk about this. So first, a refresher. Originally, I had created a sync between the HubSpot's lead status field, which is a drop-down field on the HubSpot side, to a text field on the PhoneBurner side. So let's just take a quick look at that here. So let's open up a contact. And here you can see lead status is a drop-down here. Let's go ahead and save that. And then let's go and find that contact over on the PhoneBurner side. It may not have updated just yet, but let's see if it's here yet. Oh, there it is. It's already updated. So as you can see, we are syncing a drop-down field to a text field over in PhoneBurner, which is not ideal, right? And it's not two-way. It's one direction. So let's go ahead and fix this. First thing I need to do is I need to jump over into my custom fields in PhoneBurner, and we're going to create a new field. I'm going to call it HubSpot lead status, but I'm going to add just a little bit to the end, drop down, DD for drop down. And then I'm going to do drop down. So now I need to make sure that all of the values on the PhoneBurner side match exactly with all of the values that I have available to me on the HubSpot side. So let's jump back over to HubSpot and let's take a quick look at what my options are here. So I've got unqualified and a few other options. So we got new, open, in progress, open deal, and obviously these are customizable. So rather than trying to type these correctly, I'm going to go ahead and just edit this field and copy and paste. So let's jump over to our settings. We're going to go to properties, and we're going to search for lead status. If I can type. Lead status. So these are all my options. Let's go ahead and copy these from here. We've got new, open, all right, so now I've got all of these copied over from HubSpot over to PhoneBurner. Now notice I am copying the label from HubSpot over to PhoneBurner. HubSpot's going to make sure that they get matched up appropriately. We do not have to map over the internal value from HubSpot to PhoneBurner. And now would be a good time to add any additional options that you may want or need, because once you enable the sync, that's when HubSpot's going to look at both fields, the one on the PhoneBurner side and the one on the HubSpot side, and it's going to match everything up. If you add some additional values in the future, you're going to have to make sure that they're added on both sides, and then you're going to have to resave the sync. Not a huge issue, but it is something that you'll have to remember to do. So let's go ahead and save this field on the PhoneBurner side. Let's go back to our sync settings and let's refresh. We're going to go down here to our lead status field. Where are you at? There you are. We're going to edit this and we're going to change this from HubSpot lead status to HubSpot lead status DD for drop down. And now you can see that I have the option to do two-way syncing, or data only syncs to HubSpot, or data only syncs to PhoneBurner. I have all of those options available to me now. And I'm going to go ahead and click the check mark here. Now once I've updated that, let's go ahead and hit next. Next. Review. Save and sync. So now the system is going to start syncing between the two systems. Let's jump back over here. Let's exit out of this. Let's go back to contacts. And who was that? Johnny Prospect is who we were looking at earlier, and we set him to unqualified or something like that. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, unqualified. Go back to custom fields. Actually, let's grab that email address. And let's go find Johnny again. There he is. Okay. So here we have our HubSpot lead status. That is our text field. This one is no longer syncing, so we could potentially delete this field now. But let's go down here and you'll see that HubSpot lead status DD is now updated. If I change this to in progress, that updates on the PhoneBurner side. Now keep in mind, it's going to take a little bit longer, 5-10 minutes potentially, for this change on the PhoneBurner side to be reflected on the HubSpot side. So while we're waiting for that time to pass, let's go ahead and talk about what we need to do if we need to add an additional value. So right now we have all of these options. Let's say we wanted to add a new option to this lead status. We'll need to create the value on both systems. So let's jump over to our custom fields again. I'm going to leave this tab open so I can just refresh it later on. And let's go down here to HubSpot lead status. Let's edit that, and let's add a new option. I'm going to copy that option. Obviously, we're going to save it as well, but I've copied that option that I just created. Now we're going to jump back over to HubSpot. Again, I'm going to open up a new tab. Let's go back to properties. Let's find our lead status field. And we're going to add an option, and we're going to save it. So now we have that new option listed there. If we jump back over to our prospect, our contact, let's see if he's updated yet. Let's go ahead and refresh. So currently lead status is unqualified. Refresh. Scroll back down. Where are we at? In progress. So we can see that that has updated to in progress. We'll refresh this just so that we see that everything is in sync as we'd expect, right? So they are the same. But now let's click on this and see our new option, waiting on decision maker. So if I update that and save it, remember the first time I did this, when I saved it on the HubSpot side, within seconds, it's updated on the PhoneBurner side. Now, depending on your database and the amount of changes that are happening, it may not be seconds for you, but it's going to be pretty darn quick. So let's jump back over here and refresh, and you'll notice that it's not going to be updated. He's going to still be in progress, and the value on the HubSpot side is going to be waiting on decision maker. So this is what I was talking about earlier. You need to have all of the options created when you turn on the sync. So now that we've created a new option, we need to go back into our sync settings. We're going to edit the sync. And all we're going to do is save and sync. That's going to tell HubSpot that it needs to review all of these fields. It needs to update everything. And so while it's doing that, we should see it update on the PhoneBurner side. So it says it's now in sync. We're going to find out if I'm correct. This is happening in real time here. So let's go ahead and refresh. Waiting on decision maker. So that's how you can start taking advantage of syncing drop-down fields between HubSpot and PhoneBurner so that you and your team can get more done in less time using the power of PhoneBurner. Thanks again, and happy dialing.